Hey guys, this is Fuberduge, and today we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of 5 of the Combiner Wars Combiner Bruticus. So here we have Decepticon Vortex, and in his packaging, I already like the way that he looks already, so let's just take a quick look at it. You got, obviously, Vortex in there with his weapons, and then you got the comic book, which doubles as the background picture, and then you got Hasbro, the Ages A+. Combined to form Bruticus. You got part 2 of 5. On the back, you got the individual components, you got the schematics of Bruticus, you got a nice picture of Vortex in his robot mode, then his alt mode, 13 steps, the bio, if you'd like to read it, there it is. So I'll try to see if you can read that. Oh, that doesn't help. Alright, well, hopefully you were able to read that, but nothing on this side. On the bottom, you got the authentic stamp, and it was made in Vietnam, and the barcode, and that's it for the box. So, I'm ready to get this guy open, so without further ado, let's review this guy out of the box. Okay, so here we have Vortex in his helicopter mode, and I'm just going to say right off the bat, he is so much better than Blastoff. Actually, he's one of my more favorites, even though he is an exact repaint of Alpha Bravo. There is no new remolding, it's the same exact thing. But I definitely like this guy more than Alpha Bravo. I just bumped my camera. I think the paint scheme fits him better, so bringing in Alpha Bravo here. And again, I apologize for my white background, just like the last review. Alpha Bravo was a good, solid figure, and don't get me wrong, I really do like Alpha Bravo. And I feel like Blades was really good too, from the pictures I saw. But he just, I like the gray and the purple and the yellow and teal sort of. It really makes the figure. So for weapons, he comes with the same exact weapons as well. He does come with the hand-foot gun and kind of a assault weapon, and you can plug this onto the bottom, and that kind of emulates the old G1 toy where the gun was coming out the front, so that's pretty cool. And of course you can plug this on the bottom, but that's kind of ridiculous, so I'm never going to do that, but you can if you really want to. And also you can plug this in to the top on the side, and I guess you got a hole in his hand right here, so you could do that if you really want to. That actually looks pretty cool. So you got a lot of options for weapons, and this does twirl, obviously, fairly nicely, and overall this guy's just a lot more stiff than Alpha Bravo, just a trillion times more stiff. So for another size comparison, I guess I can bring in here the Fall of Cybertron Vortex. So there they are. He obviously does not have G1 colors, so that was always kind of interesting to me, but I like this guy better, so definitely a plus. So taking him off, I guess now, oh, I did forget one thing. He does come with a comic book, just like Blastoff did. So here's that comic book. I didn't read it. I just looked at the cover and a little bit of the inside. It seems like an earlier issue from what I've heard. I don't really follow this, so I don't really know what's going on. So, but come to the back, you got this again, the gray model phase, which is up here, or the sketch phase and the gray model phase, then the finished product, and I just really like that. I think I've said that before. And then on the back, you have the two pictures again of his plane and robot mode, and you got an extended bio, which feel free to read. And I apologize for the shakiness of my hands. So there you are. And I really do like these extended bios. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention in my last review in Blastoff, this extended bio actually kind of tries to explain why Blastoff isn't a shuttle anymore. So yeah, and then you got tech specs right here. So he's a Decepticon. So that's the comic book. So to get him into leg mode, first what you want to do is untab the arms, untab this front section up here, which will become the toes, sort of, and then you split the front, totally like that, and then you rotate this about 180, and then there's a tab, a hole right here, a tab right there. It's just like Alpha Bravo, so it's pretty straightforward. Tab that into there. Actually, I don't think you have to untab those. Untab this whole rear section, fold it down, fold it forward, and it tabs into these two tabs right here, just like that. Rotate this piece around, actually rotate the head around first, so not visible head syndrome. Rotate this around, take the hand-foot gun, extend the heel, plug it in, take the propeller, and just kind of tuck it in there. And there you have him in his leg mode. And I won't be using him for that because in the traditional G1 Bruticus, he was the left arm. So to put him into the left arm, we'll take this off. Pretty much exactly like Alpha Bravo again. So just untapping these. I'm going to get the arms out of the way, so I untab those. Take this propeller piece, untap it, and that's really stiff. Untap it from those two sections right there. I guess fold this piece out, and again, everything's much more stiff. So fold this up, and the tabs in there really tight. There we go. So it's on a dual hinge, so fold that out, tab that back together, just like so. Keep these tabbed together, make sure you do that. Fold this like so. So it can fold this way, and you can do this either way if you want. What I like to do with the arms, actually, it kind of limits the articulation when they're down like that. So what I like to do is bend them, or rotate this and bend them backwards. Or I think you might actually be able to bend it backwards. So yeah, so this is what I like to do with arms, and that's what I did with Alpha Bravo 2. So doing that, taking the propeller, putting it down, rotating the wings up, and the arms kind of keep the propeller in, and you can rotate this if you really want. I'm going to keep it out. And then you take the hand, and I just bought my camera again. You take the hand, fold out the fingers, and fold this piece down, and since it's going to be left hand, let me fold it that way, plug it into the bottom section right here, and there you have Bruticus's left arm. And actually, there's one thing I forgot. You got to fold this down, and that just connects, and it does have the ratchet rotation, and I'll go into that more in the review of Bruticus himself. But there's the limb, and that actually looks pretty cool. I do like the way that turned out. So taking off the fist, put him in robot mode, very simple. Just rotate the legs, split them, and they're really tabbed in tight. So gotta use some excess force. There we go. So split them apart, fold down the arms, pull this piece down, voila, there you go. That's Vortex in robot mode. And again, virtually, he's exactly Alpha Bravo. So nothing new there, only different paint apps. And I have to say, they did a pretty good job with the new paint apps. So I have to give them a thumbs up there. And like I said before, I do like Vortex here miles ahead of Blastoff. So for a quick size comparison, here he is with that Alpha Bravo figure. And yeah, same exact proportions with everything. Even the same head sculpt. And getting in close here, you can see his head is obviously all a full solid color, and his only like the middle section is. And that was kind of to emulate the slingshot look, just because we didn't know if we were getting a slingshot figure or not. So still really like this guy, but Vortex I feel outdoes him. So taking him off, here is with the Falls Cybertron Vortex. And yeah, another reason why I think that he is the superior one here. Number one, he looks much more like the G1 version of Vortex. Number two, I like his paint scheme better. Number three, he doesn't have this awkward propeller hanging off of the edge of his arm. So, yeah, definitely an upgrade here. So, taking him off, and here he is with Blastoff. So, color-wise, they look pretty good together, but again, I'm not really a huge fan of Blastoff here. But I've kind of gotten over that whole ordeal, so I've accepted him pretty much. So, it is what it is. They look decent together, so taking him off. And of course, you can take his weapons. You can take his gun here. You can plug it in there. I believe there's storage on the side still, so you can plug it in back there. You got the hand-foot gun. Transferring that into the gun. You just rotate both of those pieces back. Rotate the heel / thumb forward. Plug it into his hand. And that looks ridiculous, so I'll never do that. So I do like the weapon though. This weapon mold is really nice because it kind of shows the ammunition rounds right there. I just think that's really cool. So, and this propeller is kind of bugging me. So that is about it. So for articulation, his head's on a ball joint, so he can look left and right. He can look pretty far up. He's got some head tiltage. He's got a ball joint at the shoulder, and he can go in and out. And you got pretty much full range of movement there. He just got an elbow swivel, or a bicep swivel, and then he's got an elbow joint, really heavy ratcheted, and it's really tough. I don't know what you can hear. It's kind of a soft ratchet, but it's really heavy. Nothing at the wrist. He's got full 360 rotation at the waist. He's got rotation at the thigh. He's got a ball joint at the thigh, so you got full range movement there, and about 90 degrees at the knee, and I guess you could wiggle his toes. So I guess that counts for something. And that is it for articulation, and I believe that's it for this review. So overall, he's not the best figure in this set, but he's one of my favorites. I just love his color scheme. I think they did a pretty good job kind of separating him from Alpha Bravo with the color. Just really like the way that this guy turned out. He does look a lot like Vortex, and the head sculpt works great. So I believe that's all there is to say. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below. And if you want to buy this figure, then I'll put a link down in the description below for Big Bad Toy Store, because that's where I got this guy. And if you missed any of my other Combiner Wars reviews, I'll put a link in the description for a playlist. I think that's about it. So, this is Fuber Dude saying, keep playing, guys.